Mostly streaming so I can get a recording of this for later. But for anybody watching later, welcome. I don't play a whole lot of Hearthstone, but new expansion has come out. Either I missed it yesterday or today. I lost track of when. And pre-ordered a bunch of packs and figured, what the heck, might as well record opening them, see what some of the new cards are. I'm far from a pro at Hearthstone, so I don't know how much I'll have to say about synergy of cards and what's going to be cool or not, but yeah, at least get a chance to see a decent number of the new cards here once we're able to get through the queue. Which, frankly, I've never seen a queue on Hearthstone before, so I don't know if that's typical of new releases or not, but yeah. So feel free if you have any comments, questions, whatever, post them in the chat, and I know that won't show up on the video later, but I'll try to go through. One downside is there was a note that they've temporarily disabled the card glow when opening new packs, so usually I try to leave the rarer cards till the end, but we'll see. Just get them as they come up. Ooh, 3 more packs. Yay! Thanks, Blizz. And we've get a free legendary as well for logging in. Let's see, we've got Hagatha the Witch, deal 3 damage to all minions. Oh, it's a hero card, actually. Okay. Not sure what else that does. Oh, we have an intro cinematic. For Year of the Raven. So the other thing that comes with this is that, aside from it probably breaking some of my decks, these have been retired. The Whispers of the Old Gods, One Night in Karazhan, and the Mean Streets of Karazhan, or of Gadgetzan, wrong Zan. So if you have these cards, your Cthulhu decks and all that, it's still going to be playable in Wild, but not in Normal anymore. Of course, if you're checking out the stream, you probably knew that already. Molten Giant, they actually nerfed the mana on this a couple of days ago ahead of time. So, that's going to be an old card. This is a card I always hated anyway, Ice Block. It just sat there forever, makes you nervous. And because basically they give you dust if you've got cards. Without actually dusting your cards, you get the dust that they were worth. So that's kind of a nice thing on their part. So let's... Okay, 10 games. Yeah. Yep. So let's take a look at packs. 2 quests. Been sitting on, did the pre-order of these, and then have picked up a few other extra random packs along the way. And they're twitching. They're ready. Yeah, so let's get started. This is going to take a little while. Yep, so no card glow. Oh, never mind. They do have the card glow back on, so that's good. So let's start with the commons. Let's go around, get those. Summon 4 1/1 imps. Kind of can be useful. Swamp Bleach, Lifesteal 2/1. Echo, give a minion +1/+2. Give a beast 3/3. Shuffle 3 copies with 3/3. I think some of these cards may have been showing up in the Tavern Brawl this week, but I'm not sure with the random decks. And our rare card, we've got Chief Inspector, 5 mana, battle destroy all enemy secrets. Not bad. I wish I had that against a lot of mage decks in the past. Alright, what do we got? 4 commons and a rare. 4 mana, 1/6, Lifesteal Taunt. That's not too bad. Give random 2, stealth. Battlecry, 2/1 cost minions, spell damage +1. And the only odd cost cards draw a card. That's going to be weird to use, but kind of an interesting idea. Um, Duskhaven Hunter, stealth each turn is in your hand, swap its attack and health. Kind of cool. You can decide whether you want it to be offensive or defensive. Alright, next we got one rare. Druid Scythe, transform 4-2 rush, 2-4 taunt. Same kind of idea as that other card. Quartz Elemental, can't attack while damaged. Ooh, that's... So you gotta make sure you keep that healed up. Another Black Cat, and 4-5 taunt. The 4 health restore. Seems pretty nice. And, oh, another Duskhaven Hunter. So, I already got 2 of those now. Let's see. I think they said there's 130 new cards in this expansion, so there's a chance we'll get through at least all the... probably should get through most of the commons out of these decks, I would think. Or at least one of them. Echo. Don't know what that means yet. I don't know if that means like it copies another ability, or how that works. Double the damage and healing of your hero power. That's not bad. Spell damage +2. Darkmare Moonkin. Wormguard. 7 mana, 3/11. If you're holding a dragon, gain 1 attack and taunt. That's seems like a dragon conditional on the sleepy, whatever, the 4/12 card that I've been seeing a lot of. And then we've got the Bewitched Guardian. 5, 4/1 taunt. Gain 1 health for each card in your hand. That could be nice. Let's see. There's the... no good luck on these yet. Still just 1 rare per. Sound the bells. Echo. Give minion 1/2. Here attacks +1/+1. Could be good with rogue decks, warrior, etc. Or even druids, really. Holding a dragon, 1 attack and taunt. You already got one of those. Rush. Each turn this is in your hand, swap its attack and health. A couple newer terms I'm not that familiar with. Wing Blast. Deal 4 damage to a minion. If it died this turn, this costs 1. Or if a minion died this turn, it costs 1. So that could be good for board clearing. Pick off a low health minion, then drop that for 1 mana to take out something a little more powerful. Oh wow, Divine Hymn restores 6 health to all friendly characters for 2 mana. That seems like it could have a lot of strength, especially if you've got a couple clerics out there. Another Wormguard, so there's going to be some dust coming back. Unpowered Steambot. 0/9 taunt for 4. That could be pretty dangerous if you're doing like an inner fire build on a priest, or just have anything that you're able to buff the attack on that. +1 attack to all minions. It's pretty decent. And let's see what a rare is. Oh, another Wing Blast. So if I decide to go Hunter deck, got 2 of those now. Echo, deal 1 damage to all minions. Wondering if Echo sounds like maybe that's a deal where if other cards have Echo, they'll copy the effect. Maybe. Don't know. I'll have to look that up. Maybe between a couple of packs here if somebody happens to be on stream. Another Wormguard. Seem to be getting lots of those. This is pretty nice. 3 mana, draw a card, gain 1 armor for each card in your hand. Ferocious Howl. If you have a good full deck, that's going to be nice. And random 2-cost minion every time you cast a spell. So 4 mana, 1/6. End of your turn, both players draw a card. That could go either way, but if you've got somebody who's like getting into the burn at the end for running out of cards, maybe that's gonna be a little strong, give it a little bit in your favor. Um, it's an epic. Echo, battle cry, restore 2 health. Ravencaller, 2/1 cost minions to your hand. Here's a nice one. Deranged Doctor, 8 mana, 8/8. Restore 8 health to your hero on Death Rattle. So, some... okay, well, hopefully that doesn't happen again. Apparently, because I don't have any sound coming through my headphones at the moment. I'm actually going to just go ahead and move my audio around really quickly to fix that. I turned my microphone off in the middle of the stream. That's not what I wanted. Okay, no options to change the output source there. Well, I'll fix it in a minute. Epic card. Picked the right time, like the first nicer card. Let's see what we got. Rat Trap. After your opponent plays Secret. After your opponent plays 3 cards in a turn, summon a 6/6 rat for 2 mana. That's a pretty decent card, um, especially later game. That could really sneak up on somebody. Oh, legendary. Oh, and an epic. All right, let's start here. Get the commons out. Got another Divine Hymn. Um, Battle Cry at a 2-cost minion to each player's hand. I've never been a fan of these random cards where both people get a card or both people get a minion or whatever, unless I've got some way of offsetting that with like stealing their minion afterwards or whatever. Um, Rebuke, enemy spells cost 5 more next turn. That could be pretty good if you're like getting on your sub 10 health. You're worried about Pyroblast coming out or something like that. See, so for an epic, we've got uh, Battle Cry, draw a rush minion from your deck. Okay. Um, I think um, I think it's time to figure out what that actually means. Russian Echo. So just talk about what those are real quick. Um, really doesn't like that I have. Um, so we've got Rush. The first thing about Rush keyword is it actually functions, reading from metabomb.net, give appropriate credit. But the Rush keyword is that it actually functions an awful lot like Charge. Now, in the past, Charge has been a problematic card for Team 5, and so they've somewhat neutered its effect for the Witchwood. Cards with the Rush keyword can attack on the turn that they're played, but it's important to note that they can only target minions on that same turn, not heroes. So there's a difference. The difference between a Rush card and a Charge card is Charge cards can hit anything. Rush cards can only hit minions. So that there's about, looks like 15 cards in the new decks that are Rush. Echo says it reminds us a great deal of Unstable Evolution, which was transform a friendly minion into one that costs 1 more, repeatable this turn. Essentially, the Echo mechanic allows you to play a card multiple times, assuming you have the mana to do so. Okay, so if you've got an Echo card that costs 3 mana, you have 9 mana, you can cast it 3 times that turn before it's burned up. And there are 12 of those cards in the new series, so that's interesting. All right, now that I've once again delayed just before the nice card in the deck to talk about something else, let's see what this legendary is we have here. Doll Master Dorian, 5 mana. Whenever you draw a minion, summon a 1/1 copy of it. All classes 2/6. That's a potentially Depending on what the effects your minions have in your deck, that's a potentially pretty strong card, I think. Um, if you can get a, especially if you have a lot of taunt cards, you just get tons of 1/1 taunts filling up your board all the time. Um, or Wind Furies or whatever. Nice. Alright, what do we got here? We've got rare, epic, another rare. Alright, start with the commons. Uh, Echo and Rush. Um, so now I wonder with the Echo card, does that mean I can summon multiple Mastiffs as long as I have the mana? Um, I think that's what that means. So in theory, you could put out a whole board of these on 10 mana. You could put out 5 2/1 Mastiffs and charge with them essentially to kill off a bunch of minions. Um, 1 mana, 0/1 taunt, battle cry, add a random shaman spell to your hand. That's pretty nice. A lot of those cards cost more mana and don't leave a taunt on the board, so that's kind of nice. Let's see here. Oh, another wing blast, so I should be able to certainly get to my dust pile a little bit. Earth and Might. Give a minion 2/2. If it's an elemental, add a random elemental to your hand. That could be nice with a good roll. And then we've got a Baleful Banker. Choose a friendly minion, shuffle a copy of it into your deck. That's not bad for 2 mana. Let's see. Lost Spirit, +1 attack, double damage and healing. Yep, let's see, we've had all these. Ooh, Battle Cry. Summon a 2/1 Poisonous Drake Slayer for your opponent. That sounds like an awful idea, unless you're playing maybe a mage. This wouldn't be so bad. You get this. It's a 5/4 for 3 mana. Um, really 5 mana. Then you can either use like a 1/1 some minion or a fireball or something like that to get it back off the board. But that's pretty solid for 3 mana, I think. And then we've got Militia Commander. That's a new one. Rush. Battlecry gain +3 attack this turn. So, yeah, that's a 5/5 for its first turn against minions. That's pretty good if you need to get something off the board in a hurry. Potentially 2 of them if you have the mana. Oh, that's a lot of mana for a 1/3, but Poisonous Rush, which means it can just take anything off the board in its first turn. That's pretty great. Another unpowered Steambot. Draw a card, gain 1 armor for. Yeah, we've had that. 2/8, 2 spell damage, Darkmire Moonkin. And then we've got Mercspark Eel. If your deck has only even cost cards, so here's the opposite to that, the Black Cat card from earlier. If it's all even cost cards, it will do 2 damage. I forget what the effect was on the other, whether there was on the cat, but I'm sure we'll see more of them. So I believe that was a common card. Oop, epic. Another Swamp Leech, Lifesteal. Echo 2 damage to a minion. So you can just pump out a ton of minion damage if you want to dump the mana on this. Lifesteal, each turn this is in your hand, swap another swap attack. There seems to be a few of these cards where these health and attack swap around. In this case, you're with the lifesteal, you're trading off, I guess. Do you want to have 4 per hit and have it be likely to die soon, or get 2 stolen per hit, but be on the board a little bit longer? Snap Freeze, that's basically Shatter but it also freezes first. So I feel like there was another card that did that. Excuse me. There was another card that did that, or did something similar at one point. And our epic. Deathweb Spider. If your hero took damage this turn, gain a life steal. Um, so if your hero took damage, so I imagine if you use your hero ability to draw an extra card, um, that might count. Um, I can't see why else your warlock would take damage during your turn, unless you had like somehow like stole a weapon card or something like that. So that's kind of cool. Plus 4/6. That's a ton of life steal. If you can make it work. Another Mastiff. Um, Divine Shield Rush, Ghostly Charger, 3/4. That's pretty good. Because you can rush, take out a minion, and then you still have a 3/4 after your Divine Shield breaks. Um, it's I think my fifth Worm Guard now. Um, and another unpowered Steambot. For a rare, we got Coffin Crasher. Death Rattle, summon a Death Rattle minion from your hand. 6/6/5. Not bad. Another Rebuke. 4 mana, 1/6 Lifesteal Taunt. I think we had that. Um, okay, now that we know what this Echo is, Walnut Sprite, you could put out a bunch of 3/3 minions um, in a later game anyway. Another Inquisitor. Let's see what we've got here. Pickpocket. Echo. Add a random card to your hand from your opponent's class for 2 mana. That could be fun. Um, if you stole the right cards, if you got the right cards anyway. It's not from their hand, not from their deck, from their class. So for 2 mana with Echo, I can see that being a pretty sweet card if used at the right time. Another Vex Crow. Um, Cheap Shot, deal 2 damage to a minion. Yep, just had one of those. Pumpkin Peasant, lifesteal. Each turn this is in your hand, swap its attack and its health. Yep, that was the lifesteal one. Zap, deal 2 damage to a minion. Overload 1. For no mana though, so that's pretty nice. And then we've got Bewitched Guardian. Gain +1 health for each card. Yep, we've had 2 or 3 of those now. So that's pretty good. Let's just put something. It's not going to work. All right, next. Tangle for Mystic. Add a random 2. Yeah, each hand. Death, Lost Spirit. Sound the Bells. Okay, so this is a card we had come up a few times before. I read about what Echo does. Give a minion +1/+2, and it's repeatable. So that could be pretty strong if you're gonna just dump in on one turn. Especially if you've got maybe a Wind Fury minion out there that you can buff the crap out of and then finish somebody off. Another Dire Frenzy. Give a beast +3/3. Shovel 3 copies into your deck with +3/3. That's that could be pretty intense. Whenever you play an Echo card, gain +1/+1. Uh, oh man. So let's say you have this Mist Wraith. Oh, that won't work. Rogue Paladin. But let's say you used your this actually go back a card. Use the 2 mana, take a card from your opponent's class. You're playing against a paladin, and you pick up some of these sound the bells. Couple, like maybe get 2 or 3 of them even, and you play your Mist Wraith, and all of a sudden it's getting +2/+3 every single time you play a sound the bells card. It's a fairly niche example, but there's a lot of these 2 mana echo cards. This one in particular would be pretty cool to play into that. All right, another bland 1 rare deck or pack. Oh, this is new. Woodcutter's Axe. Death Red, I'll give +2/+1 to a friendly rush minion. Um, so basically, when you're going to kill it, play a rush card first, buff your rush card, and you can play a buffed rush right away. Let's see. Lifesteal, flip. We've had those. Add 3/2/2 Treants to your hand. I don't know what the mana cost will be on those. Another one of these Vile Brood Skitterers. Poisonous Rush. Again, that's just like a mob killer. And we've got another another Bewitched Guardian. Gain 1 health for each card in your hand. Oh, first gold card. Got a Mastiff there. Um, it's not a bad one to have golden, especially if you're going to fill up the board with Echo. Look pretty. Um, Cutthroat Buccaneer combo, give your weapon +1 attack. That's nice. That's a new one we haven't seen. Is another actually this is another one we haven't seen. Furious Etten, 5/9 taunt, 7 mana. It's pretty decent. I've had this guy already, the Ghostly Charger. And another Mercspark Eel, another one of those even card um, battle cry cards. Well, I have no shortage of cheap shot cards. It's a cheap shot at my common cards, if you ask me. um, Another Snap Freeze card. Yet another Mastiff. And what do we got here? Another Militia Commander. Rush, +5/5 on the first turn. Um, Not an awful card. All right, another Walnut Sprite. Um, Another Buccaneer, just like the one we had. Another Snap Freeze. And then we've got, let's see for rares. Got a Paragon of Light. While this minion has 3 or more attack, it has Taunt and Lifesteal. So I guess if you're in a position where you can buff this, you've got one of those bells to give it +1/+2. With Echo into this card, that's going to be, for 3 mana, that's going to be a potentially pretty potent card that you're going to want to get off the board if you're playing against it pretty quick. And we have, ooh, this is a new one. 5 mana, Witchwood Grizzly. Taunt. Battlecry, lose 1 health for each card in your opponent's hand. So you want to probably try to time this a little later in the game, get a little protection out there, but also just have a ton of health to work with if your opponent's running low on cards. Druid of the Scythe, seen those already. Blink Fox, isn't she fabulous? Or he, don't know. It's Fabulous Fox. It's the Fabulous Fox. Battlecry, add a random card from your opponent's class, 3/3/3. Decent one to have on the board afterwards too. Swamp Dragon Egg 03 Death Rattle, add random dragon to your hand. These cards are always a little weird to me just because people are going to try not to kill it. I guess it's a little bit of protection against like AoE board clears. It's just kind of weird cards. Two Druids of the Scythe. And, ooh, Silver Sword, 8 mana, Paladin card. After your hero attacks, give your minions +1/+1. So you get 3 turns of that, or sorry, 4 turns of that. Potentially if you've got a bunch of minions hidden behind a really good taunt card, that could be getting to be about GG at that point. It's a pretty late game card, but pretty strong. Oop, got a rare and an epic this time. Got another Vex Crow, another Swamp Dragon Egg, another Fell Soul Inquisitor. Let's see what we got here. Night Prowler. It's the only minion on the battlefield, gain 3/3. So, yeah, that's one you're going to want to play first. It's a battle cry, so it'll stay at 6/6 even if you play other cards. It's nice. Epic! Wanted. Deal 3 damage to a minion. If it kills it, add a coin to your hand. That's cool. That's a decent card. One of the because rogues don't have enough ways to murder a minion off the board. Although I'm not sure what cards we lost with the new sets being out. So I know what cards are out there, but not necessarily which ones were in which expansion. Another Tangle for Mystic, Unpowered Steambot, Walnut Sprite, and another one of those Dire Frenzies that sounded pretty good. And a rare. Another Pickpocket. Echo, add a random card from your opponent's class. So that was that I think is where stealing some Paladin card might be a good time. As I go, I'm going to try to talk a little bit less about the common cards, unless there's one I haven't seen yet. We'll see, especially when you have 4 of them each time. Here's that Black Cat again that I was trying to remember. Yeah, it was a common. And draw a card if you have all odd cards. Sound the Bells, Swift Messenger, with the Rush with the swapping health and damage, and 2 damage, 1 overload, blah blah blah. And another Silver Sword. Alright. Hope this will speed up a little bit as we get into some repeats. Wouldn't mind seeing another epic or legendary though. Pumpkin Peasant, Hench Clan Thug. I don't remember seeing this one. After hero attacks, give this minion +1/+1. Could be strong. Yeah, we did see that earlier, I think. Another Swift Messenger, another Druid of the Scythe. Earth and Might. Give a minion +2/+2. If it's an elemental, add another random elemental to your hand. Yeah, we've seen that as well, I believe. Next pack. Oop, there's an epic and a rare. Another Blink Fox, fabulous as ever. Rabid Worgen with Rush, 3/3, not bad. 1 damage to all minions with Echo. I think we saw this before, again, before we talked about Echo. If you have mana to spend, that's about all the board clear you're going to need. Golden Rare, Blood Witch. Ooh, that's a tricky one. At the start of your turn, deal 1 damage to your hero. So, if you have a big health advantage, a 3/6 card for 4, sure. Yeah, that's a lot of damage to yourself, though, if it's going to be out for very long. Oh, another one of these Death Web Spiders. So, again, if your hero took damage, gain lifesteal. I think that's going to be a potentially really strong Warlock card. Going. extra, for the same, and then we've got another Blood Witch. Not a golden one this time, but another one of those. At the end of this video as well, I will make sure to post the disenchants as well. I believe I disenchanted all of my duplicate cards last night, so it should give an idea of how much dust I got from doing the pre-order. Alright, a couple more Darkmire Moonkins. I like these. They're expensive, but 8 health plus 2 damage. If you're playing especially a mage with like arcane missiles, that's going to be a fun card to get out. Another Swift Messenger. Another Earth and Might. And Cathedral Gargoyle. If you're holding a dragon, gain Taunt and Divine Shield for 2/2. 2 mana. It's not a bad card. Not a bad card at all. Whoops. Another Bewitched Guardian. More of the same, more of the same. Don't remember this guy. Lifesteal with Rush. Only 1/3, but, you know, it's a little bit of something. Pick off a couple 1/1s before it goes away. If you're playing a priest or something with a heal, maybe you get a little more out of it. Although you could have used that same heal to heal your hero. And a Golden Militia Commander. So, alright. Let's see. Another bell, sound the bell, Warpath, Scythe, Woodcutter's Axe. Do you want to do a random friendly minion with Rush? And another Blood Witch. A few more the same. Another Bewitched Guardian. And Gilnean Royal Guard. Divine Shield, Rush. Each turn, this is another of the attack and health swap for 8 mana. I do want to try to keep this video under an hour. I've been going quite a while so far. Alright, let's see. What's next? Hit that. Seen most of these. Rotten Apple Bomb, Taunt, Death Rattle, 4 health to hero. Witchwood Piper, Battlecry, draw the lowest cost minion from your deck. Okay, I like draw cards in general. And Curse of Weakness. Give all enemy minions -2 attack until your next turn. That's cool. That's a really good way to minimize the damage to your own team. If you're clearing stuff off the board. Especially with that Echo. You can just nuke them down to zeros and do some work. Nothing new. I don't think we're going to see too many new common cards at this point. Another Bewitched Guardian. I wondered how it could be more fabulous. Gold. A couple of these Ghostlight Anglers. I don't remember seeing too much of these, but Echo 2/2. Nice. Miss Wraith. Another one of these gain on Echoes. Different classes, but still. I think this is going to be a fun card for Rogue. Oh, that's a new one. Blackwald Pixie. Battlecry refresh your hero power. Not ultra useful, but can be. Good if you want to get a couple extra heals off with the priest, something like that. And another Paragon of the Light. Buff the crap out of it. Epic. Let's see. More of these. Another one of these. I think that's my second one of the Quartz Elementals. Muck Hunter. 5/5/8. Battle Cry. Summon 2/1 Mucklings for your opponent. I don't like those, but, you know, do what you can. Kill one of them off right away if you want. Another Mist Wraith. Is that order? Oh, Cauldron Elemental. This is a new one. Your other elementals have +2 attack. 7/7 itself. Nice. And Switching Hour. Summon a random friendly beast that died this game. That could be pretty useful for 3 mana, depending on what you've already played. Could be strong with a deck that only has high cost beasts in it, or relatively higher than 3 cost. More of the same. Another Earth and Might. Oh, this is new. Holy Water. Deal 4 damage to a minion. If it kills it, add a copy of it to your hand. That could... Yep, that's a lot of potential to that. Especially if it was one that had higher health before and was knocked down to 4. More of the same. Hero Dust Bat. If your hero took damage this turn, summon 2/1/1 bats. Another Warlock card, so, you know, use that on draws. And another Wing Blast. A lot more of the same. Another Witching Hour. Witchwood Imp. Don't remember that one. Death Rattle. Stealth. Death Rattle give a friendly minion +2 health. Cool. And another Blood Witch. Another health attack swapper, spell shifter. Gives some spell damage though, so that's nice. Festerroot Hulk. After friendly minion attacks, gain +1 attack. That could get out of hand in a hurry. If you've got some good love out on your minion board, or whatever the playfield is called. More of the same, and we have another Witchwood Grizzly. Blazing Invocation. 1 mana, discover a Battlecry minion. That's a nice one. That's a new one. And an epic. Another Baleful Banker. So, yeah, it's potentially useful. I guess all cards are potentially useful. Uh-oh. Golden Mist Wraith. And what do we got here? Next legendary coming up. 7 mana, Black Howl Gunspire. 3/8, can't attack. Whenever this minion takes damage, deal 3 damage to a random enemy. Okay, so I think, yeah, so I mentioned this earlier. I think the Tavern Brawl actually has a lot of these Witchwood cards in it this week, even though it's been out for a day already. And I played with this card, and it's really fun if you have a way for it to take little amounts of damage repeatedly. I forget exactly what I was doing to it, but it was it put out a lot of hurt at my whim, which was nice. A little more of the same. Cinderstorm, this is a new card. 3 mana, deal 5 damage, randomly split among all enemies. So it's kind of a bigger arcane missile, just a little more fire themed. Cool. I like that. I like it. Oh, this is a good pack. Let's see. I got a Witchwood Piper, another draw the lowest cost minion. Mercspark Eel, and Golden Legendary. 2 mana, whenever you draw a minion, add a copy of it to your hand. Oh, wow, that's 2 of that same legendary out of these packs. So that's okay, though. I like this card. Golden Weapon there, and another Paragon of the Light. Ooh, 3 rare pack. All right, let's see what we got. Another Witching Hour. Ooh, this is new. Nightscale Matriarch. Whenever a friendly minion is healed, summon a 3/3 whelp. I like that card. Actually, I realized it's 7 mana instead of 1, but as a counterpart to the Northshire Cleric, that's a nice piece of card. And another Chief Inspector. Battlecry, destroy all enemy secrets. That's, yep, I'm gonna like that card. Ooh, didn't see that rare. Phantom Militia. Echo, so you can cast 3 of these in theory with Taunt. Nice. Another Coffin Crasher. And Whispering Woods. Summon a 1/1 Wisp for each card in your hand for 4 mana. That's not bad. I like it. I should point out, I haven't looked at... It's a little late for me to say this. I didn't look at any of the preview cards. I saw some of them in Tavern Brawl. Didn't really think about the fact they were going to be from Witchwood. So these are all new to me, as well as probably, I'm going to say a lot of you, even though I'm guessing like 20 people are going to watch this video, because who am I? I don't play Hearthstone that much. More of the same. Bonfire Elemental. If you played an Elemental last turn, draw a card. 5/5/5. Cool. Another Militia Commander. I should have been keeping count of number of rares. I might have to go back through the video and do it so I can put it in the summary description later. Royal Guard, Divine Shield, Rush. Yeah, I think we've had that one before. Mad Hatter. This is a new one. 4 mana, random battle cry. Randomly toss 3 hats to other minions that each hat gives 1/1. Um, does not specify friendly, so card to be careful with. Another golden card. Vivid Nightmare. Choose a friendly minion, summon a copy of it with 1 health remaining. Also a new card. Cool. I mean, that could be if you just need to get the attack out there. Doesn't matter if it's only got 1 health, especially if you've got a couple taunts in the way. Another Mist Wraith, and another Holy Water. That's 2 of those now. That's good. Ooh, good pack. Here we go. Life Drinker. Deal 3 damage to enemy hero. Restore 3 health to your hero. I like that. That's a good card. Mossy Horror. Here's another new one. 2 in the same pack. This far in, that's doing pretty good. Battle Cry. Destroy all other minions with 2 or less attack. Okay, so somebody threw out a bunch of Echo minions or Trance or whatever. That's pretty good clear. And another Wanted poster. Nothing new here, still. And a second Bonfire Elemental. And another Blood Witch. I think this is the second of these. Phantom Militia, Echo, and Taunt. Just, if you have a late game turn, those can be pretty irritating. Oh, ooh. Here's a good one. Alright, let's see what we got. Deadly Arsenal. Reveal a weapon from your deck. Deal its attack to all minions. All minions. That's going to include your own. Shudderwalk. There's a name. Shudderwalk. Battle Cry. Repeat all other battle cries from cards you played this game. That could be crazy. Targets chosen randomly. That could go badly. You might attack yourself or something, but that's going to be an interesting card to play or see played. Another Pickpocket. And Blazing Invocation, discover Battlecry minion. Yeah, I know we had one of those already. I would be really sad if after all of this my microphone had turned off and I didn't notice. It's done it twice so far. I think I noticed right away both times, but did just check that it's working, but I hope it doesn't happen. One of those, and we've got another Chief Inspector. Something about a Worgen with a lantern and a spiked club, dressed with a pointy, like British policeman's hat. That I enjoy that card. Duskhaven Hunter, Stealth, Swab. Yeah, I know we've had that. And Nightscale Matriarch. Whenever a friendly minion is healed, summon a 3/3 Whelp. Yep, another one of those lovely cards. Another Invocation. 10 packs to go. We're almost there. If I can get one or two more good cards out of this, or one or two more new cards, that'd be great. Another Cinderstorm. And Hidden Wisdom. After your opponent plays 3 cards in a turn, draw 2 cards. That's a new one. That's could come in handy. It's not a bad secret, for especially for 1 mana. I think we've got all the common cards now. Another Invocation. Ooh. Lego. Another Blood Witch. And Chameleos. Each turn this is in your hand, transform it into a card your opponent is holding. Interesting. That, for one... I assume the mana cost jumps around as well, but that's a pretty cool card. Random, but could be could have a lot of strength in some places where you can pull a card that your class should have no business having. Golden Angler. And another Militia Commander. Oof, here's a decent pack. A Life Drinker. Second one of these. Deal 3, restore 3. Golden Mistwraith. I think I have 2 Golden Mistwraiths now. Out of this, if I'm remembering correctly. Face Collector. Echo. Oh, Battle Cry. Add a random legendary minion to your hand. 3 mana with Echo. That's a lot of free legendaries into your hand. If you can play that towards the end of the game. Another Nightscale Matriarch. Plenty of those Fiendish Circles now. And Pickpockets, frankly. Another Bewitched Guardian. Another Earth and Might. Oh, new card! Book of Specters. Draw 3 cards. Discard any spells drawn. Eee. So if you're running a minion-heavy mage deck, I guess? Good card. It's a dangerous card, though. If it shreds your pyro or a couple fireballs, that's... be worried about that. Last pack. Let's see if we get anything good. Get any Legos? No, no, no. Couple rares, though. Got another Coffin Crasher. And a Mistwraith. I didn't have one of those. So that's 78 packs, the new Witchwood expansion. Gonna go ahead and see what we've got as far as dust is concerned. Looks like I've got 1,480 dust from all of the cards. I did have quite a lot of triplicate or quadruple um, rare. 29 extra rares at all of that. 180 duplicate commons, keeping 2 of each, of course. And well, all right then. Oh, or more than 1 of each legendary. Are you not able to have? Is that a thing? Legendaries? Can you only have 1 in your deck? Okay, well, I'm not destroying any anyway, but it's something I'll have to look at. You guys probably know. But let's just go ahead and shard all of those. Just give me some dust to work with for making the cards I don't have. So let's go back and let's look at the overall Witchwood deck really quick. It's been about an hour opening the packs, but might as well take a quick look in here as well and see what we don't have. Am missing a common card here. Duskfallen Aviana, it's legendary. Oh, never mind. It just looks common because I couldn't see the color on this. Each player's turn, the first card played costs 0. Cool card. Got an Epic, Gloomstag, Taunt, Battlecry. Deck has any odd cost cards, gain 2/2. Splintergraph. More interested, I'm just curious how many cards. I'm not going to look at the model, but if you want to pause the video on any of these pages, you'll see it here. Okay, we'll stop on this one. Double the attack and health of all minions in your hand. That's a strong card. I mean, overall, pretty good card coverage out of the 78 packs. Yeah, the 2 golden mist rays. I'm not sure why. If I've got, must be 1 of each. If it kept the 2, because I've got 2. There's no reason for me to have disenchanting thing. Anyway, actually, I recommend if you want to see the rest of the cards or any of the other cards in their entirety, head over to what is it's a Hearthstone, I believe, is a good resource. It's I want to make sure I'm recommending the right site. Hearthhead, sorry. People who play WoW love Wowhead. Hearthhead, it's their sister site. They're gonna have all of the patch notes and different cards and everything you can get. If you do log in for Witchwood, you get 3 free packs, which is cool. Just went through 78 or 78 packs, something like that total in this video. Hope gave a pretty good representation of the cards. If you're into watching pack opening, hope you enjoyed the video. But yeah, happy card playing and good luck in your in the new season of cards.